famous Dr. Matt and Deborah St. John.
Put an N in front of that.
What?
Infamous.
Infamous. The infamous.
Yeah.
No, y'all are famous. So we have a whole new set today. We've got props. Let's talk about it.
Ooh.
Well, we figured we'd bring a little bit of the Amazon to Oxford, Alabama.
I love
today.
it.
And we're actually wearing some. I don't wear
Yeah.
many necklaces, but this is actually these are all handmade in the Peruvian rainforest in the Amazon by a lady named Sadith. So we should give
Sadith?
Sadith.
shout out to Jaime and Sadith, who are our neighbors down there in the village of Santa Ana. Sadith is actually confined to a wheelchair. She's a paraplegic, but I tell you what, that doesn't stop her. She's an amazing cook. She prepared our first lunch in the jungle. Matter of fact, way back when we went for the first time, and made us some fish and some delicious things. And she also hand makes all of the goods that you see here. So what we do is we go down and we purchase these from Sadith, and then we sell them at St. John's for not a lot of money, and then we take the money that we get from these handmade items and we give it back to the village of Santa Ana. And we were able to actually get Sadith and Jaime a boat not too long ago. An entire boat, yes, a boat with the proceeds from just selling their jewelry.
And this is all a part of their ministry.
Yes, the cool thing is all of these things, well, the majority of what you see here is stuff that's straight out of the jungle. They have to go out, they have to find these little seeds. These are all natural seeds here, but they have to go out and find these seeds, and then they dye them different colors, like these are pink, and these are like blue, and then these are
cute.
Yeah. They use things like the local woods. This is ayahuasca, which is a Banisteriopsis caapi, which is a very potent medicinal plant. And they put around this beaded necklace. I thought this was pretty cool, actually.
Is this ayahuasca as well?
It
is ayahuasca,
Yes,
yeah.
it
This is ayahuasca wood. That one is not. That's a seed from a tree that I don't remember.
But those are all seeds. Everything you see there is a seed. And this here, can you guess what this white piece is?
It's a snake.
Wait, hang on.
That's a
Which
snake.
one?
That's a snake.
It is.
That's actually a piece of ayahuasca wood, but it's made into like a little snake. And I don't normally like snakes or things that look like snakes or anything else, but there's something about the anaconda that is kind of, once you've hung out with a couple of them, they're really neat. And
only the biggest snake ever.
Yeah.
So you don't like the little ones, but the big ones are okay.
Well,
they're not
what's
as
funny
scary.
is the only anaconda, to be honest with you, the only anaconda that I've ever hung out with were actually like regular sized snakes. They weren't like
They weren't
huge
giant.
anaconda.
Yeah.
And so they were bigger than this, but we've actually danced with an anaconda.
That's pretty cool.
I think we talked about that the last episode.
Speaking of anaconda,
Ooh, yeah, this is neat. These are anaconda bones
these are the spine bones from an anaconda.
and a piece of ayahuasca.
I did not know that snakes had bones until they told me that. Because
do.
they slither and slide everywhere.
They use snakes in the Amazon for medicine,
Yes, they do.
for
Snake
food,
oil.
Snake oil.
and
It's
for
real.
jewelry. So there's all kinds of things to do with snakes out there.
There is. You can make jewelry out of them. You can dance with them.
Yeah. Let's look at the little purses.
Now this
cool.
is actually made from palm leaves that they've dried and stripped into little strips, and then they have hand dyed these with different leaves, plants, and flowers to make all these beautiful colors.
Wow.
So that is a palm purse,
Made out of palm.
hand dyed.
I know that takes forever.
That takes a long
They
time.
like crochet and
Every time we go over to Sadith's place, she has this
working on
huge
something.
area sprawled out of something. There may be bananas, there may be charcoal, there may be these.
That is
Fans.
so
Fans being
talented,
made.
though.
Oh, it's
I
amazing.
love that.
Absolutely
And I
amazing.
see some fans and an
Yes.
armadillo.
Yep.
Look at this little armadillo.
Yep.
Is it an instrument?
it's
Is it a
pigment.
rattle?
It
Kind
could
of
be.
both, isn't it?
It's not a very good musical
But it's
instrument.
Oh,
also
is it a bank?
It's
It's
a
a
piggy
bank.
bank.
It's a piggy
bank.
bank.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
In case you need to put your soleil somewhere, or if you're in the United States, I guess.
What's in there?
Since I don't really know. I guess
Probably
there's
some of these little
seeds.
seeds.
How do you open it?
You
don't.
don't.
I guess you
So
have to
how
crack
do
it
you
open. I think.
You have to. Yeah, I guess you'd crack it open there, or you just use a butter knife and fish it out like.
I'm pretty sure I could pull this off, and you could glue it back.
Because this is actually two separate pieces. This here is balsa wood that's very lightweight that they carved, and then this top part is the shell of a fruit that they've dried. So they've
Oh,
actually put
neat.
them. So
Okay.
they've put them together in a
It's
way,
fitted really well.
But it looks incredible.
she's amazing.
I know.
What's also amazing is that we got all this stuff back from the Amazon.
Yes, that
in-
it made it in one piece.
in duffel bags, in plastic waterproof duffel bags. That's what we bring.
Yeah, it's pretty
Big,
crazy.
like loaded with like 40, 50 pounds of stuff. And so they made it back, their ears and all. The ears are like little shells, or scales
Scales.
of fish.
Yeah, fish scales.
Fans.
are
I'll
fans.
take one right
There you
now.
go.
Yep.
That's
I'm a bit hot.
yeah, that's
These are very useful in the jungle. They give
I am
us these.
sure.
Every time we show
That's
up, they're
nice.
like, here, a gift for you. And they give us fans as gifts because they know we're going to need it.
yeah.
They know
Wow.
we will need it.
How nice.
You need it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But they do great. We've actually been walking through the jungle, like literally. And of course, got my combat boots on. I have my, we're all just looking, and then they're like, hand us a pink fan.
The
They're
little
like, here.
girly fan.
Yeah. We're like-
And then we're fanning with a fan.
I'm like, you hold the fan.
with it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Fan-
And then
Fantastic.
fantastic.
And there are seashells in the
In the
Amazon.
Do you know that? Seashells
That's
in the
crazy
Amazon.
because there's not a sea there.
Yeah,
There's a river,
Isn't that wild?
a really
very-
famous river.
really famous and intense river where they have shells that look like that.
They also
they
have dolphins
actually-
in that river, but they
Yeah.
don't look the same as
No,
a
they're,
regular
they're a
dolphin.
little different, and a lot of them are pink, which is cool, kind of like the shell.
Yeah, the pink
So, yeah.
dolphin are amazing.
So we have lots. This is only a small sampling of what we have. We have a ton of this stuff that we brought back. So if y'all are interested, come on by, take a look at it, see if anything
All
works
proceeds
for
go
ya.
to the village of Santa Ana, and Santa Cruz,
They will
and the
all
city
be
of Iquitos.
very thankful. There you go.
Now, did I see a wind chime?
Yes.
I'm
you
sorry, I didn't mean to
did.
cut you
Look,
off.
No problem.
It has a little bird in it. We knew you'd love that.
Oh, yes. Luckily, that bird is tiny enough and fake enough to where it does not
Doesn't
scare
bother you.
me.
Good, good.
That's a neat one too. Yeah, we have several. People can just choose from them, and they can go to St. John's and see what's
Like
what.
little bracelets. I mean, literally $5 for a little bracelet that's been handmade with ayahuasca wood and seeds and stuff on it. Hand dyed.
Isn't that neat?
I love it. Not made in China,
No
not
way.
made in Taiwan,
No.
not made in Germany.
No, you can see a picture of Sadith and
Working
see
on it.
all the information that you would like to know about them.
That's
We'll even give you her
great.
cell phone number. Yes, they do
Yeah,
have
she
cell
does
phones.
have
She does
do.
have a cell phone. She's not very.
It doesn't reach
Yeah, she
very
doesn't
well
do that
from
great
here.
with it. But,
Oh.
but we love going there. We love bringing things back. And we had told her this last time we sent word. We're like, Sadith, we're going to need a lot of souvenirs. They call these souvenirs. And so what they do is they make these in the jungle. They bring them by boat to Belen.
Okay.
They sell them in Belen, which is a very, very, let's just say, very intense place down in Iquitos. Then the people in Belen sell them to shopkeepers who are in Iquitos, who then sell them across the globe to people as souvenirs from the jungle. So, we cut out the middleman and the other
Yeah.
middleman by just going straight to Sadith and saying, hey,
Straight to
Sadith.
the source.
Yeah, and we
how
we
it
get
should
those.
be.
Well, as often as you can, but it's but they're really sweet. She sells them to us. I know that she makes us a really good deal. Of course, they also know that all the that we sell goes back to them in one way or another, so it works out really well.
Yeah, I love that.
That and the medicine, we bring back medicine too. We
What's your
bring back
favorite
honeybees.
medicine that you bring back? Or what all medicines do you
Well,
bring
I don't
back?
want to. And I don't want to always just focus on
Yeah.
just this one plant. It's actually more than one plant, but ayahuasca is probably the most important of the medicines that we get in the Amazon jungle, and it's because they call it the grandmother of all plants. And so it's a teacher. It teaches you. It does all these different things. People go down there for trauma, depression, for anxiety, for addiction, major
Oh,
addiction
wow.
issues. And they'll go and have one session with this particular plant, this tea, and their lives are changed forever. They'll come home, no addiction, no PTSD. It's really incredible. There's tons of clinicals on the medicine, and it's not just ayahuasca. There's cat's claw or unadagato. There's
heard
Paul
of that.
d'Arco. Paul d'Arco is really amazing for fungus and for even for abnormal tissue growth, cancer, and that sort of thing. Then there's mapacho, which is
Mapacho.
a therapeutic tobacco that's used in. They smoke it, but they also have it in snuff form, and they also they use it in different forms. They call it rape.
Well, it's gotten people basically to be able to quit cigarettes.
I was
Absolutely.
going to bring that up, talking about addictions and stuff.
Yeah.
I was telling someone, Deborah, about that conversation you and I had about the cigarettes that are healthy for you.
Yeah, believe it or not, if you want to kick the habit, and once again, we bring a limited amount of these back. We can only bring 100 per each of us when we come back. They don't really want mapacho, which is a tobacco rustica, and it's instead of the regular Virginia tobacco, which they use everywhere from Cuba to Dominican Republic to the United States. That tobacco has a host of side effects, whereas Mapacho or tobacco rustica actually has clinical data supporting its use for medicinal purposes. So it's a medicinal tobacco. And so we'll bring back these little cigars, and oftentimes if somebody needs it, I'll give them a handful of them, and they'll use those instead of smoking cigarettes. And after they have some Mapacho, after 2 or 3 weeks, normally they've completely kicked the habit. It's really interesting. And so they're strong though. Nicotiana rustica actually has 10 times the nicotine content than Virginia tobacco. So you have like a one little cigar. Okay, go to a cigar bar or one of these places where people sit around smoking these big, huge, like Churchill, cigars. We can go to one of those places, and they're sitting here, 60 ring diameter. These things cost about $40. We have this little hand rolled thing that looks like it came out of the basement of somebody's, basement. And so it looks, kind of rough and it's small. The aroma and the strength of those cigars is literally so much stronger than anything that you could get, yet it's literally therapeutic. So you can fire one of those things up, and so they'll look at you and they'll be like, wait a minute, you have a cigar that's like this big around and this long, and it'll knock you down compared to the
Does it smell good?
Oh yeah, it has a wonderful tobacco. If you like the smell of cigars or pipe tobacco and that sort of thing, but once again, people use it therapeutically. People use it for lung problems, for lung issues, for bronchial, for asthma, they'll use it also in sessions with ayahuasca to help the ayahuasca work better as an MAO inhibitor. And so there's a lot of use that Mapacho has. And then there's other things like Kambo, the frog medicine, which they use the secretions of a venomous frog called the giant monkey frog, right? Yeah.
Smoke a frog.
Smoke a frog. Well, you don't smoke it. Now in this case, this is even more interesting, maybe. They burn you. They give you small little burns.
That's right. I remember.
And then they apply the Kambo mixed
Little
with your
3
saliva.
dots, right?
Yeah, and she has those
still see them a
see
little
little
bit.
dots.
It's like little scars.
Okay,
You see
yeah.
those. And so we have those. Yeah, her last session was intense. And so and literally it goes to the body, acting as almost a vaccination for things like malaria. And it works. They call it the jungle doctor because it works to that kind of pinpoint where you might have like health issues. If you have like a tumor in your colon or whatnot, you'll literally feel it when you're taking this medicine. For about 30 minutes, you go into this state that where it kind of goes through your body healing. And there are 3 or 4 different constituents in it that are not found in anything else. It's dermorphin, delmorphin, and delmorphin A, I think are the 3 that I'm familiar with the most. And those are similar to morphine, but they aren't as I don't know. They don't knock you out like morphine will. They don't have
Are they as
potential there.
powerful though?
They are
They're
in
very
other
powerful.
ways. They're very powerful.
In other ways,
And,
yeah.
and they're trying to extract it. They're trying to figure out ways to extract this or synthesize this in a lab, and they can't. So you have to go down and find a giant monkey frog and tickle its nose and make it agitated. And
Aggravate it, yep.
Aggravate it to where it makes a poison, and then do all these various things we talked about. It's pretty different.
Yeah, well, hey, on that note, it is time for a break, but everyone stay tuned. We have more just after this.
May not believe it, but it's true. The 2024 Team 1 Chevys are here. All 23-24 Silverado light duties have 2.9% financing for 72 months. The hottest new 24 Team 1 Chevy Blazer, 1.9% financing and no payments till April. And the #1 selling family vehicle, the Equinox, 24 models. You got it. 1.9% financing and no payments till April. Team 1 Chevrolet, home of the best people, the best service, period.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We are on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. So come to Southern States Bank, where we are committed to great service and being a great neighbor. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
At DVP Auto Group, we have a wide selection of any type of car you could want. We offer financing for all types of credit. Not only can we help you to purchase a car affordably, but we can help you with any issues you may experience with your car as well. We provide oil change, tire repair, brake service, or anything else you may need. We also gladly accept trade-ins, and if you're willing, we can help you drive away in a new car the same day. If you don't see something you like in the lot, we'll help you find one, whether you buy from us or not. Come see us today.
The Point at JSU is an off-campus student housing property located a half a mile away from Jacksonville State University. The Point offers fully furnished, pet-friendly, 2 bedrooms and 4 bedroom units. Resident experience is our #1 priority, therefore we do offer the following amenities: a resort-style pool, fitness center, basketball and volleyball court, and dog park. We would love for you to come see our property, so give us a call at 256-376-8317 to schedule a tour today.
Welcome back to Truth, Health, and Wellness. I'm Lacey Klontz with Dr. Matt and Deborah St. John. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Haven't seen you in so
You've got a
long.
necklace on now.
I do. I picked one out. And okay, so it's the beads. And then is this ayahuasca?
It is ayahuasca.
Okay. And then if you all can see that little thing hanging from the end of it,
Yeah.
that is a jawbone from a catfish.
Pretty big catfish.
And I am
up there.
excited because I love catfish. I love to eat them. They are delicious.
There you go. Better you eat them than them eat you.
That's true.
There are some fish around that will eat you. in
Oh,
the
there's
Amazon.
massive catfish there, right? I don't think I
Oh,
would eat
there are
those.
big catfish.
There.
There are catfish there. There are also paiche, which is the largest freshwater fish in the world. One of them, the average size is about the size of this table.
Or bigger.
Or bigger. And then there are also piranha. Piranha. And those aren't as mean as what people think.
No, but there are also eels
Oh, yeah.
and
Stingray.
Why are there stingray there?
Why not? Well, anything to
What?
anything to just help promote tourism, right?
I guess so.
But if you just wiggle a stick in the water, they'll run away.
Yeah. So make sure to stick a stick in the water in the Amazon and wiggle it.
Wiggle it around
before
and
you
they'll
jump
go away.
in, because they are, of course, they do have toxin. They have poison.
Yeah,
They'll get you.
Maybe I just won't jump in at all.
We've jumped in the
Well,
Amazon.
you say that, but it's hard not
It's
to.
hard not to, especially last time we went for a walk down to the Amazon just by ourselves, us and our dog. Well, I think Liam might have tagged along actually.
He came,
Yeah, he
yeah.
came. Yeah, the little jungle kid we hang out with. He lives on our land, and Liam's awesome. And so we walked down. We were like, hey guys, we're gonna just go for a hike. It's just us. And so we walked down, and we get down to the river, and it was so cool because there was Paul, one of our little friends. He's 11 years old, and he's literally just chilling out. He and a friend were just jumping in the water, just playing in the
Just
Amazon.
swimming.
And so it was interesting too, because as we were coming back one day from I don't know where we were. Was it church? Was it? He wasn't going to get the pastor, was it? Anyway, we're coming back on the boat, and as we're coming back, as we're heading toward our port, there are some kids in the middle of the Amazon playing, and there's a dog swimming with them, right? So the kids, by the time our boat got close, the kids went back to the bank, and the dog was still in the water. So we filmed or recorded the dog in the water and put it up, just put it online real quick, just as a quick little teaser. And there were people that were like, oh my gosh, you saw a dog in the Amazon and you didn't try to save it or rescue it or help it? And I'm like, oh, that did look bad. I need to actually elaborate a little bit because it did look like we kind of just left a dog in the Amazon River. No, the dog was playing and was very happy and was having a ball, and we just happened to ride by and he was playing with kids.
And his friends were nearby.
Yeah.
And it is a misnomer. I mean, I thought the same thing. If your little, if your big toe got in the water, it would come back a bone because it got eaten by a piranha or a snake or an alligator or something else that is out
Caiman.
there to eat you.
Yeah.
But, it's really not that bad. Most things aren't trying to get you.
Not during the day.
Especially not during the day. I would not want to swim at night,
Oh,
for sure.
no.
There's no way.
We've never seen indigenous people in the Amazon in the water at night, let me
No.
tell you. Matter of fact, you won't hardly find anyone at night in these Amazon villages doing a thing.
They just go to bed.
They're hiding
just-
from all
they
the
go to bed.
creatures.
Well, it gets dark, and you've never seen a darkness like the darkness in the Amazon. It is
dark.
It's very dark, and so it's and when you know what's out there, and that there's jaguar and anaconda and all these different things, it's like, well, maybe we won't go for a night hike, but we have gone for plenty of night hikes, and it's been fun and wonderful. But you do see a lot of life. There's a lot in the Amazon that comes to life at night, rather
Like
than
those
during the day.
frogs.
Like the giant monkey frogs.
Yes,
Yep.
and
Bop.
ants and
call 'em.
bugs and mosquitoes. And
And then you
How big are they?
about like that.
Yeah.
You can see them up in a tree from 20 feet away. They literally go, and let me tell you, if anyone invites you, ever go to the Amazon, you're just hanging out with some people, and they, hey, would you like to go, giant monkey frog hunting with us tonight? Just say no. Just say no. Otherwise, you're going to end up to your knees in water, coral snakes going by, mosquitoes everywhere,
Eating you
90
up.
degrees, even though it says it's 80, it's actually
Humid.
90, 100% humidity. While, a guy named Juan does successfully climb a tree by himself, and then, spends the next 2 hours, doing
Trying to get the frog.
ridiculous feats of strength to try and get a frog for you. That's you just let them go do it, and then you say, well, I'll hang back at the cabin or do something
Have
different.
some juice that Angela makes you.
Yeah, just hang
That's
out.
a lot
I'll just hang
better.
out and have some
A
Camden.
lot better.
But that definitely was not your favorite
It
part.
wasn't my favorite part.
That was not even this last trip. That was the one
That was-
before.
yeah, time
Yeah.
before.
So, but the giant monkey frogs. There's a lot of medicine down there. Everything seems to have medicine. We have dragon's blood.
Well, the dragon's
trees.
blood was really cool because this last time we were there, we saw a tree, the dragon's blood tree,
Mm-hmm. On our land.
and somebody with a machete goes and just whacks
That
the
was
tree.
me with my Etsy.
Okay, Matt with his
Somebody.
with his Etsy. Well, I couldn't remember.
Some random person.
I couldn't remember who did it.
Yeah, and as soon as you touch, once you touch that tree with a blade, it starts bleeding.
And so I videoed it, and
Red.
it was bleeding. The tree was bleeding.
Yeah,
Red
they call it dragon's
blood.
blood. But it's amazing for hair growth, for wound healing.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Hair
Well,
growth,
let
I'll
me tell
take
you,
it.
I've got a few bottles. I'll give you some. It's part of the concoction I use. It's like at night, before I go to bed, put it on my head and scream and everything. So it's I have dragon's blood on my head every night.
Mm-hmm.
And but it actually, I think it's been helping tremendously, a lot of different things. But it's amazing. It's amazing to see the milk tree. We went to the milk tree with it's so funny because we'll be there with Percy, and I'll be like, Percy, what does this plant do? He's like, it's for diarrhea. And then the next plant, oh, and it's good for diarrhea too. And then the next plant was, oh, it's good for this, good for cancer, it's good for diarrhea. I'm like, okay, well, people out here get diarrhea a whole lot.
They must.
Because there are like half the trees and half the plants, and almost every living, breathing thing that they use for medicine is something for diarrhea. So there's a lot of that, a lot of parasites, a lot of issues down there. So that's what they use. They have the plants there, so many plants, and then not even just the medicinal plants, but the fruits, the nuts, the acai berries
The
that grow.
cacao.
Oh yeah, cacao, which is not the same as
That's
cocoa.
how you say it.
Cacao.
It's different. Cocoa and cacao.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cacao comes from Peru, and it's similar to cocoa, but it's a little different.
It is.
And it's delicious.
And it's more therapeutic. It has more therapeutic benefit than even cocoa.
Yeah.
You can mix cocoa and cacao. About 20 miles from where our place is, there were actually 100,000 acres, or was it 100,000?
Yeah.
Deforested in Tamxiacu, Peru, right on the Amazon, from a cacao company
Oh,
that
wow.
went and just cleared land, and so that's frustrating. Frustrating for us when we see things like that. But there's a lot going on down there, and we come back here and we have all these relationships with the folks down there, so we feel like we never leave. We're still there even though we're here. And we have like Starlink at the place, and so we can actually we could pull it up right now, and you could see from the front porch of
That's
the cabin
right.
the interaction. And they'll go down to take baths or swim in the creek behind the cabin. You'll see the some friends of the people that live on our land, and
So
they're going
cool.
down. It's really neat. And they'll wave at the cameras.
Yeah, they see the cameras and they'll give us a thumbs up or something.
Yeah, we noticed with the cameras that actually when they're on or the motion's being detected, they turn green. So that's how they know. We can actually talk to them
okay.
too, which is kind of funny.
Oh, really?
Oh, you can
They
scare
can
them.
hear you.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can be
that's
like,
funny.
You're like, Santos!
Like you're a ghost or
Yeah,
something.
it's the ghost of Matt.
Wow. So, okay, you have a camera set up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you told me before that it all runs off of a
Solar.
solar?
There's-
so you don't
there's-
have outlets.
Oh yeah, you have outlets. You have
But they're all
plugs.
connected to solar.
You better,
Okay.
you
All
better be
comes from the
careful.
sun.
You don't want to
Okay.
just be listening to your, jam box for no reason. I mean, you don't want your fan plugged in and going for nothing. So you have a reserve. So there's only so much sunlight. You got a couple of 200-watt solar panels that's feeding down into two lithium battery banks with a 6,000-watt generator backup. We do have backup with generator.
Okay.
And so and you do have to use the generator actually almost every day a little bit to be able to power everything 24/7.
Especially when we're there.
Yeah.
So do you have any type of air conditioning going
Oh, no.
on,
You
or
have-
like a small air conditioner?
Oh, there is no air conditioning.
We have fans.
If you
Ugh.
try to have air conditioning down there, you will just it's kind of like putting air conditioning on a UPS truck for the UPS driver. It really doesn't work out too well because they're in and out so much. So if you get used to air conditioning, it's normally because you're in the city of Iquitos. Now you could technically, we could quadruple or even X8 our system, our solar system, and have air conditioning, but it'd just be rotten. It would be really rotten. We do have fans now. Basically at night it gets down to about 75 degrees. Like that's the minimum that it ever gets down. And so what we'll do is we have a fan at the end of our bed that's a solar fan that charges during the day. We have 2 fans that are really nice fans. What brand are they? I forgot that.
Venti.
Venti fans they fold up into a little carrying case, but they literally extend. By the time it's done, they oscillate. They have remote controls and
They're
everything,
nice.
but they have lithium batteries built into them, and we have those on each side of us. And then we have another fan behind us, mounted up on the like above our bed, and it'll be blowing down. So we create a wind tunnel, and so right there where the bed is, it's amazing. It's really perfect.
And our cabin's built in a place along the creek where it gets a breeze. So it's
Yeah.
not just really stuffy inside normally, and we don't have walls per se. You know, we have screens
The walls,
for windows.
so the windows are metal screens that have been like, I don't know, you can't just jump through them. In other words, it's secure, but they're metal screens, but they are screens. And so we have our blinds, and the blinds are even thin, but you open the blinds, they cover up the screen, but there's airflow the entire time you're there.
Gotcha.
There's constant
pretty
airflow.
airy.
Yeah. So that's that helps, but no air conditioning.
No
And
air
when
conditioning.
we get back to Iquitos, though, when we get back to the hotel, let me tell you what, we're hitting that air conditioner.
I bet.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is that our water, is only one temperature. We get it out of the creek and we pump it up into our water tower.
Okay.
So in our cabin, we actually have a shower with a knob, and
Yeah, just turn it on.
everything. You turn it all on.
Best showers in the
but
world.
it all comes out just one temperature. You can't. It's not hot or cold. It's just whatever temperature it is.
Okay.
And you would think, being in the jungle, that it would be, fine to take a shower without hot water, but it's kind of difficult sometimes to shower when you don't have hot water,
Yeah.
especially when you've gotten comfortable and you're not like hot and sweaty,
Yeah, and
from
you're sitting
out
there thinking,
being
do I really want to
hiking or
get cold?
something.
Yeah.
Then you get in the shower and you're like,
The best time to
pretty
take a
cold.
shower is right before the sun goes down. Really.
Oh,
That's the best
okay.
time, when it's still warm outside but not just blazing, and you can take the shower. But it's some of the showers are some of the best showers I've ever had in
That's
my life.
really nice.
It's literally just creek water / rainwater that sits in a cistern, and then it's gravity fed, so it's really cool.
and the locals just jump straight in the creek.
Yeah, they don't
That's
have
how they
showers.
take a bath.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet they all have great hair and skin.
It's ridiculous. They use palm oil in their hair, and we've seen like newborn infants that were like a week old that had better heads of hair than
I
most
mean,
people.
they come out with dews, like
Yeah, it's like Elvis.
big hairdos.
Yeah, come out like full blown Elvis hairdo.
It's pretty neat.
It's a pretty wild. I'm a little jealous.
Wow. Where do we get that oil?
Well, palm
Palm
oil,
oil is-
it's actually looked down upon here
Really?
because people normally harvest it. You've got to get the palm
Unethically.
fruits, okay, at the very top of palm trees. So how do you do that? Well, you either climb a palm tree or you whack it down.
Okay.
And unfortunately, in the jungle, there are a lot of people who would just as soon chop the
Whack
trees
them
down.
down. And they take hundreds of years to get, back mature again.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
so if you're not ethically sourcing your palm oil, then people are really upset about using it.
Yeah. So we have access to palm oil all day long. It's just that to bring it back to the United States, it's considered a little bit unethical.
Wow. Well,
But I can tell you what, those Kakuma, those young women, especially there in the Kakuma tribe, they use palm oil in special blends, and it's just amazing. Their hair, it's just amazing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
we need to talk more about that next week. I would
Yeah.
love to
Personal
hear
care,
more
hair care.
now. Yeah. But it is unfortunately time for us to go. Thank you all so much for joining us. Again, I'm Lacey Klontz with Dr. Matt and Deborah St. John. Have a great week. We'll see you right back here next Wednesday night.